Start recording. So good evening, everybody, and welcome to SQL class. Hopefully others will catch up. So today we're going to look at a few other things. We finished with the null condition under the where clause last week. So we're going to look at order by. We just have a quick look at it. That's quite a short one. It wouldn't take long at all. And order by simply has to do with how you want your output to be displayed. There is a default. So for example, if we go on to let me get this out of the way. If we run this query, for example, right? Can you see the query though? There is a default position in which the output is ordered already. Looking just at what we have, who can tell us what this order is and what it is predicated upon?
Well, it's saying to select all from dim employee.
Yeah. Now, okay. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, but I don't know why the from we didn't enter to put it on the second next row. I don't know why it's
It doesn't matter at all.
Oh,
It doesn't matter.
so what are we selecting from dim employee?
It doesn't matter. So you want it like this, right? It's the same thing. It's not gonna make any change whatsoever. Right. Now, so my question to you is this. Looking at the output as it is, can you no, okay, let me rephrase. What I said is that we're looking at the order by, and I said the order by statement just shows how you would like your output to be arranged. And I also said that there is a default position where if no particular preference is declared, then the result will be, the output of the result will be in that default position. So I'm asking you this at this point, that if looking at the output of this results here that we have, that we've just run, can anyone guess what this default position is and what it is predicated upon? Is the question clear?
Yeah, I think well, from the employee key,
Okay.
it's arranged in ascending order.
Beautiful. That's what I want. Oh gosh, you just nailed this on the head. You so nailed this on the head. That is so beautiful. I like that. So where there has been no declaration at all in this, it is arranged in ascending order. But you see, there are a lot of attributes. So it has to choose one of the attributes upon which to base that arrangement. Because there is no declaration, because we've asked it to select everything, and there is no declaration as to where we want it to be, how we want the arrangement to be, it has decided, the system has automatically decided to arrange this in ascending order, dependent on the employee key. So it has chosen the employee key as the main attribute, and it is actually the main attribute when you do when you run a query like this, the primary key is the main attribute. So it has chosen that, and you will see that it is in ascending order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it will keep going like that. There will be no other, it will just keep going in that order, right? However, if we were to, for example, say this, let's say we say this, we just want these two columns. Do we have an order here?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Well, the convention names it ascending order from 1 to 3, but
Let me
okay.
just minimize this. Are you sure? That means,
Not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
okay. I like that. Right. If you look at this carefully, it is still arranged in a certain order. But again, it is predicated on the primary key. So it is dependent on the primary key in ascending order. But we can decide to change that order. So we can, for example, say that order by let's say last name. I was expecting the IntelliSense to come up. I don't know why the IntelliSense didn't come up. Order by last name. Last name. If we execute this, we have now told it to select, to discount the primary key and do the ordering on the last name. And how has it again done it? You would see that because we haven't stated any particular or any particular way in which the ordering should be, though we have chosen a field upon which we want the ordering to be, but we haven't told it whether to do it in ascending or descending. It has chosen to do it in ascending order. Right. So this query here, as you see, should therefore be the same as this query if we say it should do it in ascending order. Now we have clearly specified ASC stands for ascending order. Now we have clearly specified that it should do this in ascending order. And you would see that the result will just be the same. The result will be the same. So if we now decide we don't want it in ascending order anymore, but we want it in descending order. We now want it in descending order. then this is what we have. Are you getting this from your end?
Yes, I'm getting it.
Yes, yeah.
Good. Now, we can also, for example, say, okay, instead of just choosing one field, we can select more than one. Order by first name, last name. And who can tell us in this particular instance how the ordering would be before we run it?
I suspect they'll both be in ascending order.
Are you sure? How is that possible that they would both be in ascending order? Damila, do you have any counter?
No, I agree with Augusta because we've asked it to order both first name and last name in ascending order.
Okay, but I don't agree with Augusta.
Okay.
I seriously disagree with Augusta.
Okay,
Let's
let's
see
see.
what is going to happen. So it takes the first name, it orders on the first name. It orders on the first name. And maybe I should reconsider when I say I don't agree with Augusta completely. I don't agree with her, but partially I think I do. I do partially agree with her. Just like 20%.
Why
So
would
you,
why will it do that?
pardon?
Why would it leave the last name is the one that has the ASC closest to it? So why is it going to order the first name instead
Yeah,
of
you
the
have
last
asked
name?
it takes instructions by what you have written first. So by
Oh,
first name, last name. So when it has finished ordering the first names in ascending order, then and only then will it order the last name in ascending order.
Oh, I see. Example is the Andrews, number
Example is
8
the
and 9.
Andrew here. So you see, it has ordered Andrew. But you see, if there were 10 Andrews, let's see if there's a better example. Barbara. You see Barbara too? Barbara Decker, Barbara More, is it Morland? This is a good example. Brian. So Brian GLLWS. Do you see that? It orders the last name also in ascending, but only after it has ordered the first name in ascending. Do we get that?
yes, thank you.
Any questions so far?
Yes, I even scroll down. There's David, lot of David.
Okay, let's see. Okay, David, yep, David. Yep. So you see Bradley, then Campbell. So it's in ascending order. It's in that order actually. But it has to do this first. The emphasis now is on the attribute that has first been mentioned. So that will be ordered first before the other attributes. So it would follow that order. So if there were three other things, if there were three attributes that we had listed there, then yeah, it would take all that into account. Let's try this one and see. So let's look at this one. Let's just flip it and see. Let's just flip it and see. So now the order is on, the order gives priority to last name before it goes to first name. So you can see here Baker. It takes Brian before Mary. Bradley. Okay, Bradley David, that's a repeat. And you see Brown Eric, Brown Joe, Brown Kevin. Right? So that is, if we were to change this one here to descending, if we were to change it to descending, then the ordering will be reversed. Descending. Why has it not done that? Last name, first name, descending. Let's see. Sorry. Yeah, this is what I'm expecting. Last name, first name. Descending. This is strange. Why has it done that? Why has it done this? Hmm. Not sure. I don't know why he's still ordering the last name in ascending order. Should order it in descending order. Last name, order by last name, descending. Anyway, let's see. I'll look into that and come back. I'll look into that. Right, so now let's talk about another concept, aggregate functions. Who knows what the aggregate functions are? Aggregate functions. These are functions like max, maximum, min. Who knows any other ones?
Average.
Yep, minimum. Average. Many other one?
Sum.
Sum. Which is total. Summation. And then we also have count. Which, well, how will you describe a count? What will the count be? Number of items. Let's say number. Number of items, or yeah, let's just the number of items. Distinct, all I won't say distinct, just number of items. So again, let's see. If we want again to select everything, we execute this. We have this. We can do some mathematical manipulations using these aggregate functions. So the aggregate functions basically are used in doing mathematical manipulations, okay? You can use it to find a sum, you can use it to find average, minimum, a maximum, and usually these return single value results. They will usually return a single value. So if I want the maximum of a particular attribute, the maximum declared in any particular attribute, so these are the attributes we can use this attribute, use that attribute. Any of these can be used. So I can find base rate. I can find the maximum base rate. I can find the maximum vacation hours or minimum or average. I can find the maximum hours of sick leave. And then that would also help me to find the person who had the maximum number of sick leaves. Yeah. So we can use aggregate functions to do some mathematical manipulations. And usually these would output single value results, which most times are fed into other queries to form subqueries. So let's see if we can look into something like that. But we may not go into subqueries today. Subquery will be something, I'm not sure even if we will look at subqueries at all, but we might. If we have time somewhere down the line. So let's, for example, say that we want to select the maximum. What are the attributes I said we could use? Base rate, vacation, sick leave hours. So let's say we want to select we don't want all, but we want the maximum. Sick leave hours. We want the maximum sick leave hours from deemed employee. Let's see if that would give us a value. And that has given us this value. Remember, I said usually you will get single value outputs because you're asking it to give you a, if you're asking it to give you the maximum number that there is within a group. Do you get that? It's just like if I asked it to give me the total number, it will only give me one value. So if I say find the minimum, then it will give me the minimum value. That's 20. If I ask it to give me the average, then that gives me that. And if I ask it to give me the total, that gives me that. And if I ask it to give me the count, how many are there? Now you would see that this one would be related to a certain value that we already should know. This count here should relate to a certain value that we already should know. And who can tell us what that value is?
Number of rows.
Number of rows. Number of rows. But assuming there were repeated values within the count, then what are we going to do? Then we can use the distinct. Yeah, we can use distinct. That would reduce, so there are no repeated values. right? There are no repeated values in this particular one. So let me just take that out. Any questions so far?
No. Oh,
No
all right.
questions. Beautiful. Is it just still three of us? Let me
Yes.
see.
Yes. Just three of us.
Wow.
I have a question, Godwin.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't quite understand why the count value is same as the number of rows because you're counting the number of sick leave hours. So I don't understand how that should be equal to the number of rows.
Okay. Let's see something. What is the output here? 296 rows,
Yes.
right? Each and every employee has had a sick leave hour. Each and every employee there is a value for each and every employee in sick leave hours. Yeah, there is a value.
Yeah.
You get?
Okay. So we're counting the number of employees who
We are
have.
counting not employees, we are counting the number of sick leave hours, which in this particular case
Yeah.
happens to correspond to the number of employees.
Hmm. You know why I didn't quite get it?
Mhm.
Yeah, because if I'm counting the number of sick leave hours, shouldn't that actually be like I'm adding these hours I'm seeing highlighted on the screen now?
Adding, you mean?
Yes, if I'm counting the number of sick leave hours,
Okay.
shouldn't
Oh,
that really mean
we did something earlier.
the
We
sum?
did some.
The sum.
Yeah,
The sum is what adds.
right.
The count just counts each value as one. So even if that value is 100, it counts it as one.
Okay, now I
You get
understand.
it?
Yeah, thank you.
You take out the count. Where is the count? Oh, I don't want to remove the count. I just wanted to remove the distinct count. And actually, we can run all of these. So assuming your employer tells you to find all these values, you can just run all at once and then put it in a small report. And as you are aware, we can give these aliases so that the columns would have names, okay? So that the columns would have names, so we can call it as, what should we call it? What should we call it?
Maximum,
Hmm?
maximum sick leave hours. That's too long.
Yeah, that's too long. That's what I'm.
Mm.
Max underscore SLH. Mean underscore SLH. Average total sick leave hours. Give me a moment, please. Sorry about that. How did it go? We talk later, yeah? Any questions?
No, no.
Beautiful. We would get back to these aggregate functions, and we would, when we get into if we happen to do subqueries. I'm not sure whether we would have time to do it. How long is your internship for? How long is this internship for? Do you know?
We have one more week, which is next
Really?
week. Yes.
For the internship? And it will
That's
be
for
over.
the certificate course, not the diploma continues for 1 year.
Oh, I see. I see. I didn't know that. Wow. We haven't done much at all. Okay. Now we're going into another very, very interesting and very important concept. Very important concept. The concept of joins. Joins. Now there are 6 main types of joins. 6 types. Who has got an idea of what a join is? Who's got an idea of what a join is? Anyone? Anyone with an idea of what a join is? Nobody.
Like a joint?
A joint.
Oh,
Can you expatiate?
I'm talking about muscular joints. Is that same joints in SQL?
Oh, no, no, no.
No, I mean the spelling, like joints and
I want to get rid of this from my screen. Okay, that's it. Let me bring it somewhere. So assuming we have this, assuming this is one table, right? And this is another table. We can decide to join these two tables. Let's call this the left table. Let's call this the right table. Right? We can decide to join these a number of ways. We can decide to join this a number of ways. One of them will just be, let's say we have, let me put it in a box. Let me put this in a box. We can decide to have this like this, where they are all together. We can decide also, there are a whole lot of options that we can have. We can have this. We can have, okay, let me just use these two as an example, right? So we can join them. Let me take away this and put it here instead. Well, I want them to be, to just, I want it to, I want the edges to touch. Just touch like this, right? Hope you get my drift. Right. So then there are different ways. There are about two other ways by which we can join these two circles. So in assuming these were tables, right? Assuming these were tables, in databases, we know that databases are made up of what? Tables. So if we go into our database, if we go into AdventureWorks, for example, and we open it up, we see the tables in AdventureWorks. We see the table. All these are tables. Right. Tables with different data sets. Related though, but how do we harness? How do we ensure that we are able to utilize fully the different information sets in the different tables to have a better understanding of what is in the database? To do that, we need to be able to join one table to another and then query. So if we were to be able to join this table to that table, then we would have a larger data set, not so. And then we will be able to have better queries or better results. And that would enable us to understand our data sets better. So joins are used in databases to join tables such that better outputs can be derived, or better results can be derived from the combined tables. Okay? So there are 6 types of joins mainly. The first one is just the join. The next one is inner join. Next is right join. And as you would probably guess, we also have the left join. Then we have what is called the cross join. And then we have the last one, which is called the self join. These are the 6 types of joins. It does happen incidentally that these two are actually the same thing. So where it is not clearly defined or declared that it is an inner join, it is an inner join. Where it is just stated as a join, it will usually be an inner join. And what is an inner join? That is what I was trying to demonstrate here. With this type of join, these two are everything here goes with everything there. They are all put together. Okay, they are all put together. Okay, so let's see how this works. Let me see. We might just do a few of these. We wouldn't be able to finish this today, but we'll just do a few of them and then see how it goes. Let me say select. Okay, let me see this table again. Select all from let's use dim employee again. And let's give it an alias E. Remember aliases, we have given, so we just decided to give it an alias, E. Let's do this again and see what we have. We have this one, okay? And let's also select from dim employee sales. I want the dim employee sales. Territory. Sales territory table. Sales. Which version of, okay, I'm using the 2014 version. Damilola, are you there? Augusta,
Yes,
hello.
Godwin. Hi,
Open
Godwin.
your, share your screen. Share your screen. Let me see something.
Oh, okay. I have to
Who has their
log in.
SSMS up? Are you able to share?
Sorry, give me a moment, Godwin. I'm trying to log in on the system I'm using.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not using two systems. I'm sharing now.
Okay. Open your adventure works table. Open the table. You've already opened the table. Can you make your fonts a little bit larger? Is that full screen?
Yes, it's full. It's a desktop. So
Full
I don't know.
screen.
How do I make the phone bigger? I don't know how to do that. Hello, Godwin.
Yep.
Yeah, how do I make the phones bigger? That's it's actually big on my own.
It's big on your end.
Yeah, but it's a desktop
Okay.
I'm using, so it will
Okay,
be.
so desktop. Okay, that's fine, no problem. Let me see. Let me maximize. Let me see what I can. Okay. Not to worry.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Let me okay, you stop sharing.
Okay.
Okay, let me share my screen now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
So I think we have dim sales table. I don't know where I got the dim employee sales table from. Okay, so we have this, and we have that sales territory sales. All right. So let's see if we can do something with this. So these are two different tables, okay? These are two different tables. Let's see if we can join them, but what do we join them on? We need to get something to join them on. Let me see this one, employee key, that. Sales territory key. Employee key. This has got employee key. Employee key. This one. Sales, this has not got employee key. Okay, sales territory key. Let's see. Let me see if this one has got sales territory key. Sales territory key. Okay. Yep. So we can join. They have to have a commonality on which we can join them. Okay. That's what I'm trying to look out for.
Okay.
So we can join them on the sales territory key. Okay, we can join them on the sales territory key. So how do we write a query for this? We can say that select all from dim employee E alias E. So we have given it that alias. And the reason to give it alias, especially when you are doing joins, is to shorten your query. Otherwise, the query becomes unnecessarily too long. And you would see that. So we want to use an inner join, which like I said, is also what? Join. So inner join and join are the same thing. So we want to join these two. We have selected that. We want to use an inner join. We want to join it with this. Let's call this T. Let's call this T, right? But how are we joining them? Now, you describe how you want to join them using the word on. So, what did I say is the commonality? Sales territory, right? Sales territory is the commonality. So we want to join E dot the sales territory key in employee key sales territory key in employee table. What this simply means is that we are joining the sales territory key in the employee table on the sales territory key in the sales territory table. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? And if we run this, that should be our inner join. This is what we would have. So we've been able to join these two tables to get one table. And the inner join joins everything. Everything in this is joined with everything in that. Everything in this is joined with everything inside of that. Any questions?
Good evening, Emilia speaking.
Emilia, you are our guest for today. Welcome.
I am sorry I'm at work.
Are you still at work now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just to say hello. Thank you.
That's good. Thanks for checking on us.
You're welcome.
Is there any question at this point? So let me explain this again. The join is used in joining two or more tables. Okay? The inner join joins whatever is in one table to whatever is in another table. And we have used an inner join here. So the way it joins is this. We said you write your select statement like you normally would. And which tables do you want to join? As already described, we want to join the employee table with the sales territory table. Right. How do we join them, though? The best way to do this is once you start writing the table, give the table aliases. So select all from dim employee, alias E. That's employee, okay? Why is that the case? If I didn't put E here, when I get here, I would have to put the name, the full name, dim employee. Do you get that? I would have to put dim employee dot sales territory should be equal to sales dim I would have to do this. And you see, it doesn't really look good. Already it's even throwing error. It's throwing error because we have already declared here that we have given them aliases. Let me see if I take the aliases away, whether it would work. Yep. with the aliases gone. You see, it understands that that's what we want to do. So this query here is the same as what was there previously. But we have given these aliases so we can, instead of writing all of this again, instead of writing all of this long thing again, we can just put the alias there. Okay. Let's take another one.
I have an error, Godwin. Sorry, it's not working.
You have an error.
Yeah.
Okay, share your screen. Let's see.
Okay.
I can hardly see your screen. Oh.
How do I increase
Let me check. On top of your results, on top of your results, on top, go up a bit. No, down. Down, left. You see where it says 100%?
Yeah.
I think that only changes the output. Click into that, let's see. Change that to 150, let's see whether it will change everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So select all from the inner join, dim sales territory T on inner join sales territory T on E dot sales territory key. E dot sales territory key should be equal to T dot sales territory key. Database. Yes, you are. Okay. Remove everything and write it again. Remove everything up to inner join and write it again. Let's see.
Is it from I'm writing now?
Pardon?
After inner join, what do I write? Is it
Inner join dim sales territory T. Dim. You can just select, yeah, dim sales territory, give it the alias T space again on E dot sales territory.
it's not dim employee E? Sales territory. So you see, I don't have sales territory as a column. That's the thing.
Well, why don't you have sales territory as a column?
I don't know. It's not coming up. It's not coming up like this.
I have the same issue.
Okay. Now, go back, leave this, select, highlight, select all from dim sales territory. Highlight that. No, not that one. Then the second one. Run it. Increase your this thing again to what? Increase it to 200. It's too small. The result.
I don't know how to increase the result.
Don't you have you have sales territory key there now? Look at it.
It
The
sales
first
territory.
attribute.
Oh yeah, it sales territory key. Yeah, it's
You
here.
have sales territory key there. So finish that statement. E dot sales territory. No. Don't move that back. Yeah. E dot sales territory key. It's there. Select from the drop down.
This salesperson flag.
Oh, is that what you have there?
Yes.
So it looks like your intelligence is not working properly. Okay, type it, write it out. Let's see. Sales territory key. Should be equal to T dot sales territory key. Tip is not in the other drop down. Don't copy. It should be in the drop down there, right? Second but one.
Not dropping on this. I don't know why.
Tried everything on my own end too. It's just the same thing. I've typed it all. I've checked the spellings.
Yeah.
Let me see my own. Select all from dim employee E, inner join dim sales territory T on E dot sales territory key should be equal to T dot sales territory key. Is that what you've typed?
Come again?
Is that what you have also typed?
Can you come again, Godwin? Sorry.
Okay, let me read. Inner join
Yeah.
dim sales territory T
Yes.
on
Yeah.
E dot
Yes.
sales territory key
Yes.
is equal to T dot
Yeah.
sales territory key.
Yes, that's what I have. Same thing. Why is he working on the T bit and not working on the E dot?
Pardon? Okay, why is it working on the T bit? Not working on the
Invalid column, sales territory key. But it's not invalid on T.
but you have okay. Run your first query. Let's see. Select all from dim employee. Let's make sure you have that column in dim employee. Run it. Let's see. Check, scroll down and see if you have sales territory key in your dim employee. output.
No, I don't have it.
You don't have it?
No, I don't have it.
Are you sure?
Yep. It's employee photo, department name, salesperson.
Which version of AdventureWorks are you using? 2020?
Yes, 2020. No, no salesperson, no sales territory key in my dim employee.
Have you gone to the very end? I
Yes.
can't see very well what you have there from the output.
At the very end. Position, employee photo,
Okay, let's
department.
go read it from the beginning. Go all the way back and read what you see there for me, please.
Okay.
What's the first one?
The first one is employee key, then parent employee key, an employee national ID alternate key, then parent employee national ID alternate key. First name, last name, middle name, name style, title, hire date, birth date, login ID, email address, phone, marital status, emergency contact name, emergency contact phone, salaried flag, gender, pay frequency, base rate, vacation hours, sick leave hours, current flag, department name, employee photo, position.
Okay, so it looks like it's not there, right? Okay,
No,
run the first two queries together and let's see if we can find a commonality. Check. See if you can find any common key. Is there a commonality?
no
No
commonality.
commonality. Okay, let's use a different table then. Let's use different tables. So you don't have it. I have it though. I have it on my and I think I'm using an older version of AdventureWorks.
Okay.
I'm using 2014 version. Let me check again if I have it. Sales territory key. Yep, I have sales territory key. That is actually the very first one that I have. And I have sales territory key, and I have sales territory key in this one too. Run just this query from the sales, select all from dim sales territory. Run just that one for me. Let me see. So that has sales territory key. Run just dim employee for me. it will seem that it's not there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth attribute, what do you have? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you don't have it in this one. Okay, I see. I see. Okay, no problem. We are learning. No problem. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Let's see if I can get so you can stop sharing. You stop sharing now. Let's look for another table. Let's see if we can get another table.
Thank you.
So as you can see, it's just I'm just doing I'm just trying to see if we can get commonalities here to use. See if we can get something from geography. See if we can get something from geography.
We're not seeing your screen.
Oh, you can see. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, I thought I was sharing. I thought I was sharing. I'm sorry. So you can also run that query. Select all from dim geography. Let's see if you can get anything that has got a commonality with dim employee. Augusta, you mind sharing your screen again? Let's see if we can get anything there.
Okay.
Let me stop sharing. Is there a commonality? At least this one has got sales territory key, right? So we can actually use this one. Okay. Okay, so just hold on to that. Come back to where you did the join and delete dim sales territory. And put dim geography. And give it alias G. Just call it G. It can still be T. And then E.sales territory key employee sales territory key in dim employee to be equal to G sales territory key in dim geography. So change the T there to G. And so why is this? Is it that you don't have sales territory in employee? Is that what it is?
Yeah, dim employee is the one that hasn't got.
Oh, dim employee is the one that hasn't got. Okay, okay then. Okay. So let us use these two then, employee geography and territory.
Okay.
Okay, let's use these two. So okay, Change dim employee to dim sales territory. And you can give that an alias, whichever alias you want. So join T dot sales territory key. No, just remove the E and put T. Just the E. You don't need to remove everything. And then the second T, make it a G. Do you get that? So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
So you can run that query. Run it. That gives
Yes,
us.
it works.
Pardon?
It worked this time. Yes.
Yeah. So there has to be a commonality, okay, for it to
Okay.
work.
All right. Yeah. Can I stop sharing now? Or...
Yeah, you can stop sharing.
All right. Thank you, Godwin.
No problem. Any other question? Who else? Have we all gotten this now? Have we all gotten this? So let me see the tables that you used there so that I can send that to you in the notes. We use geography and territory, right?
Yes.
Which was the first table we used? Which table did you use first?
Dim sales
Please share
territory.
your screen, Godwin.
Dim sales, yeah?
Yes.
Dim sales. Dim
Can
sales.
you please share your screen?
Me? Oh God. I'm just trying to update what you did actually. So you haven't missed anything. So dim sales territory T, and then I'm going to join it on geography, right? Dim
Yes.
geography. What did you call geography? G, right?
Yes, G.
So T dot sales territory should be equal to G dot sales territory. So this is an inner join, okay? Inner join. And if we were to do just a join, it would produce, just look at the number of rows we have, 655. If we just remove the inner and we put just join, it will give us the same, which is why I said the two are actually the same thing. The two are the same thing. Oops. Mhm. Oh, I see. Join, inner join. 655. 655. Yeah. So the two are actually the same thing. Now, let's do one more join and then that should be enough for today. We will finish the rest next time.
Hold on. Excuse me, Godwin.
Yep.
Yes, sorry. So when we've executed the query, what exactly now? Is it that column that says sales territory image? Is that what the join is?
Is it what?
The column that says sales territory image, is that the join?
No. The
What exactly?
join,
Yeah.
you mean how we are joining them?
Yeah, is it the rows, number of rows that's showing that there's a join? Because I don't
No,
understand.
no, it's not the number of rows.
So what exactly is
It's
a
not the
join?
number of rows. Okay, if you just do this, if you just have this one, this is the data set that you have, okay? This is the data set that we have. You can check the columns to see how many columns there are. And if you do this one, this one just gives us 11, right? And this one gives
Yes.
us what? 655. Now, we are saying that if we do the join or inner join, the inner join just joins everything in the right table to everything in the left. Assuming that the which one did you write first? Assuming the sales territory table is the left table and the geography table is the right table, right?
Yes.
It joins everything here to everything there.
Okay.
Now, as you have just seen, this one gives us an output of 655. So if they are joining everything and they are joining on a commonality, then the output should be what? The one with the maximum number of rows. Do you get the point?
Yes, that's true. Okay,
So that's why we have that there.
thank you.
Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Which one? Which is the next one? Right join. Okay. This is a join that you should never do. But it is a join, it is good to know. But it's a join that you should never do. So assuming this one is your left table, can you see my screen?
Yes.
And this is the right table, right? Now, the right join says that join everything that is on the right table to similar things on the left. That is what it says. Whilst the left join is the opposite. Join everything that is in the left to similar things on the right. So the left join will be something like that. The left join will be something like that. Okay. So I'm sure some of us know Venn diagrams. Some of us who did mathematics would know about Venn diagrams. So it's similar to that. That's just what we are doing here now. Right join. What tables did we use again? Okay. Let's take this again. Which one did we do? Let's select this again. One thing about the joins too is that once you have done one, all you need to do is to change the keyword, the joint keyword to do the other one. To do any other one. So here we are saying right join. Let's run this and see. We're doing a right join here. Okay, actually, we can even do a left join. That would help us to explain something. Oops. Let me do a left join also. And see what the output will be. I don't like these outputs. They are giving me the same thing. I don't kind of like these outputs. It means the tables are not suitable for for the study. There's nothing wrong with the tables, but they're simply not suitable for the study that we want to do, that we are doing. Okay, let me use one of my tables. Let me use one of my tables. Maybe I'll give you a table. Maybe I'll give you my database sometime. Oh gosh. Gone up again. It's gone into that kind of recovery mode again. Same thing. So my databases have gone to sleep. I've lost touch with them.
Yeah.
It means I have to restart my system. Give me 1 minute. Let me restart my system, yeah?
Okay, Godwin.
Let me restart my system, then we can stop recording and then we can. I'm going to use one of my ones. So let's first of all see what we have in there. Okay, so let's see what we have here. This is what I have here. This is what we have here. Okay. Now let's see if we can find a commonality between two tables. Let me come here. Employees, and let me take their addresses. Employees' addresses. So let's say let me run this other query also. Addresses. Now, there should be a commonality between these two tables. Okay, let me run the two tables together and let's see if we can get something. Can anybody see anything common? Let me raise this up a bit. Can anyone see a commonality? Can anyone see anything
Address
common?
ID.
Pardon?
Address ID.
Thank you very much. Address ID. So that's what we are going to be joining on, okay? That's what we are going to be joining on. As a matter of fact, we can do all of this like we did before. We can do all of this. Can do all of what we did previously, inner join and all of those. Yes, it's because this table is just, these two tables are just good for that kind of thing. They are just good for that. So for example, we can say that we want to do an inner join and a join on addresses ID and employees, right? So select all. Select all from remember what we did the last time? We give it an alias, right? Let's call it E. And we want to inner join this. Inner join this on addresses. Addresses. Let's give it an alias A. But how do we join? So on employee's address in the employees table, employees employees address in the employees table, address ID, sorry, in the employees table, this should be equal to the address's address ID in the addresses table. Do you see how I'm reading it out? The employee's address in the employee's address in the employees table should be equal to the address's address in the address table, or addresses ID in the address table. And if we run this, we will get that. Okay. Now, like I said, all we need to do if we want to do a right join or a left join. So let me first do this to show you. This gives us something quite dramatic. And then we have right join, which I said we should never do. RIG, and you will soon see why we should not do a right join. You'll soon see why we should not do a right join. Let's just check the output and see. So assuming this is an organization, right? Organization has got apartments for their employees. Just an assumption, okay? An organization has got apartments for their employees, which they pay for on a monthly basis, as they should. Now, on their database, they have an address with no employee. Do you think that is economically reasonable? Will that be economically reasonable? Can somebody give me an answer? Are we still here? Or am I just alone now? Has everybody?
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Just
Well,
not sure.
it's not economically advisable.
It's not wise. It's not wise. And that is one of the biggest downfalls of doing a right join. The output sometimes can be very, very unreasonable. It all depends on the kind of tables that you are joining. So it's best to do a left join. But then somebody would now ask, and this is quite a typical interview question. How do you convert a right join to, or in fact, they would not even ask it that way. They might just say, do a right join for us. They might just say, do a right join. Do the right join. Let's again scroll down and see. This is a left join, okay? Whether we have the same thing like that. The nulls are still there, but then every address is accounted for by someone, by a person. Every address is accounted for by a person. Do you get that? That makes it more reasonable.
Yeah.
And so when you do a right join, it's like when you have ghosts. I know in some African countries we have ghosts on the voters register. You have a voters register, and then you have people whose names are on the register but who are non-existent. That is a similar thing that we get when we do a right join. Is that making sense? Yeah, that's the kind of thing we get when we do a right join. We have ghosts ghost result. We can have ghost results, unrealistic results when we do a right join. So when we have a right join, anytime we have a right join, we should, as a matter of necessity, change it to a left. And how do we do that? Who can tell us how to do that?
Delete right and put left and then run the query.
Pardon?
You delete the right and put left.
Really? Really? Just like that? Just like that? If you delete a right and put left, you have, mind you, this is a right join, not a left join, right? So if you do that, you are doing a left join, you are not doing a right join. Do you understand? So how do you do a right? How do we change a right join to a left? This is our right join by all standards. So what you do is to, like she said, change the right to left, but you do something else. Change the right to left and swap the leading tables. So this is a table, that's a table. Swap them around. Is that okay? Swap the leading tables.
Yeah.
When you have a right join, change your right to left and swap the leading tables. That should correct the anomaly. That should correct the anomaly that you have. And you would see that this one has not got any ghost results. It hasn't got the ghost results anymore. There are no ghost results. Okay. Any questions so far? I think we would end here. Well, we are left with a cross join and then self join, which I think we will look at those next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not a problem at all.
Thank you.
Thank you for thanking me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a
Night,
good night and a
Join.
lovely
Have a
weekend,
good night,
everybody.
You
guys.
too. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.